Today I'm listening to a book called Burnout: The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle. That is so interesting. I'm sure many of you can relate to having burnout cycles, and apparently it's just super common nowadays. But one thing that I'm learning in this book, which really it resonates with this phase of life we're in, with all of these projects we're doing, but also just in general. And she said that basically we all go through stress, and our body goes through a stress cycle. But a lot of times it's a stress that we can't find a solution to, or there's no way to just immediately deal with it. Like, say we're frustrated with a coworker during a business meeting. Well, we can't just quit the job or say something to them or defend ourselves or whatever, because it's not the right thing to do. It's not professional. And so there's no end to that. So you get out of that meeting, you go through the rest of your day. You have to, basically what she's saying is, in order to live your healthiest and to prevent burnout, you have to complete the stress cycle. So you have to allow your body to resolve that conflict, even if you don't actually do something like address that coworker or whatever. So it's really, really interesting. She talked about how a lot of people, there are many different ways to do this. And a few that she mentioned that really resonated with me are things that I do, and I didn't realize that's why I was doing it, but I complete the stress cycle. So one of them is to watch like a sappy movie that you know is going to make you cry. You love it every time. You watch it, and basically you cry and you have that experience, and that's releasing the stress, whatever stress it is in that moment, and that it is causing you to complete that cycle by forcing yourself to cry. I do that all the time. In fact, I have a go-to movie. I tell my husband when I know my stress level is really high, it doesn't matter if I have a million things to do, things are time sensitive, whatever, I force myself to take a break, sit on the couch, and watch Pride and Prejudice. There are just a few scenes in that movie that make me cry happy, loving tears, because I'm so happy with what happens in the movie. And y'all, that's my go-to. Do you have a go-to stress reliever? She talked about a lot of people go to food, but that's like a habit that doesn't actually like close the loop, finish the cycle. One other thing she mentioned is exercise. Anywhere from like 5 to 20 minutes a day. The physical activity gets the stuff out of your body. I can't even think of what it's called, but that movement completes the cycle. Pretty interesting. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, deep breath work can do the same, but you have to, it depends on how big the stress is. Anyway, so I'm just venting. I'm sitting here waiting for my floors to dry. I just did the floors in the whole house. Putting off starting work today, which is, it's okay. I own the business, so it's fine. But I spent a fair amount of time in the dining room today, you guys. So I thought I'd show you really quickly what it looks like before I jump into work and forget that I did it. So anyways, I'm really excited. So we do have this baby gate up for Maple now, and it's working really well. She's over here in her kennel right now. And look at this. So what I did was I started with the intent to clean off the dining room table and shift the rug, because I probably mentioned in another video before, once we hung the chandelier, this was not balanced. But now it's where it's going to stay. But one thing I don't like about it is it shows this imperfection in the floor right here. So my eye just immediately goes to this. And I really wanted the rug to come over this, but if I do, it's totally not where it belongs, and then that visually throws it off. But anyway, so I did go ahead and throw the curtains up, even though I've got to finish that white trim. You can barely see it, but there you can see it needs like a third coat. And I don't know why, but it's just up there and around the windows. The baseboards and the corners, they didn't need another coat, so it's just kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway, so I went ahead and threw the orange curtains up, but after having them here, I think I'm going to do the green ones. I have 2 sets of green, 1 set of orange, which all came from our old living room. The dining room at the other house already had like these gray curtains up, and it went well with the painting and this furniture and all that. I'm going to have to swap out these 4 chairs, because this painting right here that the whole dining room was based off of, does not go. You can see this is cool tones, light pink, there's some light purple in the sunset in there, and then light blue. Obviously that worked really well with this and with this. But those beautiful things do not work well with the orange and the green that we're doing here. These are warmer tones, and so it's just not going to work. So we have metal chairs. I'm going to swap these 4 out for, sell these. I'm going to keep the black ones. And I'm going to find a new art work and figure out what to do with that other one. I may sell it. I may use it elsewhere in the house because I really super duper love it. It's beautiful. You guys, you can't tell right now because it's just upside down and laying on the ground. But anyways, it's a beautiful painted landscape and I love it. I need to turn the pull bump off. Totally forgot about that. Anyway. So I've just got this little pile of artwork that I don't know where it's going to go. This is stuff from our wedding and our J and E. And these are my cute little butterfly things. One problem I'm running into is the old kitchen had a ton of wall space because the ceilings were so high. And I can't literally fit everything in here that was in the kitchen and dining room before. So just way less wall space. So I'm kind of picking and choosing. So I don't know where these guys are going to live, but I do love them. And this isn't going to stay here. Again, remember, this is just covering up the ugly wall. I do love the map, but this was in my office before. I don't like it as a dining room vibe. So there's that. I put up that clock there. Once we fix this wall, this clock will be centered here for sure. But for now, I just put it there because we often are looking for the time when we're in here. All the fake plants are in here. I don't know if they'll stay where they're at. We'll just kind of see. Look at the pool. Looks so inviting out there with the unicorn floating around. Then we've got, of course, we've got the chandelier up. And I hung my dried herb things there. I knocked that lamp over in cleaning and I busted the Edison bulb that was in it. So I don't know where that guy is going to live. One wall I'm really tickled with is this. This was my oval gallery wall was in the formal dining room at the other house, and I basically just put everything else up here, and right now this looks exactly like it did at the other house, except it was on a white wall, and I really like it. I like how it's coming together. This is my chalkboard menu, and I need to scrape this off because that irritates me every time I look at it. I just never take the time to do it, so I'll do that soon once I go in and find this. Ella got the Harry Potter decorations up in her room, and she put the Diagon Alley and Wizard's Welcome on her door, which is super cute. And then I hung up my Husky sign. This is my maiden name, and my mama made that doily, whatever it's called. Anyway, so we got some random stuff here I need to get rid of, but I had this here, and I think this is what it looked like at the other house. That and that. This guy was on the piano at the other house. Oh no, this was on the island. That's where that was. And I love it. It's beautiful. You guys, I got this at Dollar General. It was like $7. It's an actual candle, but it is so pretty. I'm never going to burn it. So this was on the island before. That looks better. I need to swap these guys out. They're seasonal. This still says spring, but I don't know where my refill things are. So anyways, I collect salt shakers, and these little owls have been my favorite recently. So they stay on the island. Let's see. So I hung this sign over here. Love that. Just kind of taking up space. We're hanging lots of stuff. This sign was behind the stove at the other house, and I can't find anywhere really to put it, so I just set it there. We'll see how I feel about that. And you come around here. This one is another little metal sign that was behind the stove. This is the biggest difference over here because a lot of the stuff on the dining room table was for this whole situation. So this is all stuff I'm either donating or selling, so this needs to be moved out of the house. But I brought my walnut shelves over here. I don't know if this plant will live over here or not. I put a lot of the storage stuff and tools in here because I can't start this project till I get some sandpaper because I didn't realize that this right here was so bad, but it is. So I need to give it a real good sanding. I hope these will be hung over the walnut shelves. These are just my artwork. There's some Monstera in there. That one's my favorite. And they look really good on a green wall because that's how we had them at the other house. So I'm thinking way up there. But the placement of these walnut shelves is going to vary greatly. It's going to depend on where the studs are and what I'm going to put on them. I originally was going to do like small appliances. I still am very up in the air about that. Anyway, so I've still got these things that need to go in there. This little shelf here I'm going to paint orange. I've had this for years and I just love it. It's a really interesting, adorable corner shelf. So I'm just going to paint it orange and it'll probably stay here. I think that's about it. Give you a view from this way. Here we go. That's how it's looking. Yeah, I think I should do the green curtains in there. But then you have to worry about some of the fake plants kind of fading away. But we'll see. Maybe I can do the green curtains and move that big plant to like the middle or something. I don't know. It's just fun to play with things and figure them out. And I need to turn that light off. I got to get back to, not back to work, but start work. Because you guys, I've been having like a home day and it's 11:30. And sometimes I feel bad about that. Sometimes I don't. Because, you know, I'm the one who has to do all the work in my business anyway. So if I don't get it done by a certain time, like it's all on me. It'd be nice if I could delegate more responsibility, which I do. I do have a contractor. So nice to have that door cleaned up. Look at that. So nice. Noticed that this morning when I first let Maple out. I was like, wow, this looks so much better. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get to work and we'll probably finish out the video this evening because a cabinet I ordered for the bathroom is coming in and I have this whole bathroom planned and I'm so excited about it. What would be great long term is to pull out that vanity and put in one that's like 48 inches long. That would be fabulous. But you know, they're $700, $800, $900 or more. So for a temporary plan, I decided what I would do is buy a shelf that fits. It's actually a small kitchen island and it's gonna be in today. And then with that, I'm going to pair a rectangular mirror. I'm going to turn it sideways instead of upright, how it would probably normally be used, because the mirror in that front bathroom is really small. So I'm going to set that island thing right next to the countertop. And it's the same color. They're both white. I got little feet to put on it that are also coming in today so that it should hopefully be the same height as the countertop. Hang that mirror. Ordered some black wall sconces because there's no lighting on that side of the bathroom, with some puck lights, so they're going to be remote controlled. And oh, I got this little gold 3-tiered Lazy Susan thing to put like cosmetics and stuff in, like the things we use most often. So I'll put that there with some fake plants and it's going to be so cute. We'll have so much more counter space, which really is just most important to me and Ella. Nobody else cares or notices, but when we're doing our hair and makeup, we literally have like an inch around the sink to set our curling iron and our makeup bags and stuff like that, so it's annoying. So anyways, gonna fix that up, and I know the cabinet and the feet and the gold thing for the countertop are all coming in today. So I'm hoping if it comes in soon, I can get Riley to put the cabinet together for me with the new feet on it. That'll be exciting. But the mirror and the other stuff doesn't come in for like 3 more days. So it'll be a few more days, and then hopefully we can wrap up that bathroom. That would be fabulous. Hey friends, just popping in here to say that I don't always remember to mention it, but there is always a link below to Amazon, and I have a storefront where it's just everything that I've gotten from Amazon that I absolutely love, that you've seen me use in products and projects and stuff. And so if you see anything that I may or may not mention, especially if it's new. If it's new and I've brought it in, I mention it's new, 99% chance it came from Amazon. And if you want one for yourself, you could find it on the store. That'd just be a quick and easy way to find it. So I'm going to try and be better in the future about mentioning when I'm talking about specific products. that the link is below. It takes a long time to add each individual link, but that's why I created a storefront where you can just click on it and you go there and it'll see them all and they're sorted by rooms and stuff. So anyways, hope that's helpful. Ciao. So a few things did come in from Amazon. It's not the bathroom cabinet yet. I'm so excited. I wish per item you could like track the FedEx guy. Anyways, so our little feet that are going to go under the island feet came in. So husband and I'll do that later. The feet, I already checked the stuff. There's one more thing, I'm expecting a bathroom cabinet.
Rotating shelf.
Future. That's really cool. These are the little feet that are going to go on the bathroom cabinet, which is pretty cool because it's soft here, which will go on the floor. And this is just sticky. You remove this, so that's going to be perfect. Because that cabinet is coming with feet or wheels. And what we'll do is just not put those on. Put these on there, sticky side up, cabinet will sit on it. They're just really cute and blocky. Got some other feet in the mail, and honestly, I can't even remember why I ordered them. And I had ordered some for this dresser, but you can see its feet are just fine. So I have 3 chunky wood ones of a 4 set. I would love to return. I can't remember if they came in sets of 2 or 4. I have a set of really long 8-inch walnut ones I need to return. I didn't need them for that project. And then I just got a notification that I got 4 more of the round chunky ones coming in. I can't remember why I even ordered those. Connor is opening the bathroom Lazy Susan. Look how cute. Here's the
instructions.
Here's what it'll look like. Shouldn't need instructions, honey. The white thing will go on the bottom because that's what makes this spin. And then this really quickly is to organize the lids. Before someone like, playing. Who's that?
Maple. What are you?
So in full transparency, this was a pain in the butt to get together. I think because these, well, both types of lids we have large things. So they're all in there and it looks beautiful, right? But actually getting one out, this is going to be the easiest kind with the pink lid. But then see, look. Not graceful at all. And the ones with these kind of lids, like we couldn't even get this one out a minute ago. I feel like the whole thing wants to shift just to get it out. It is possible. Riley, I don't think that can go that way. It needs to be setting up so there's room for that one. See, because you're making that handle go into the next row. So it's just annoying. I think it depends on the types of lids you have, but this would be great for like storing Tupperware lids.
Ones with, what is it, this lid are probably the best. This short
yeah, I only have
lid.
one like that, but look, it sounds disastrous.
They
like things
pulled
are...
one of the things out.
Oh my god, okay, you can fix that, Riley. Don't take it all the way out. Golly, it did come all the way out, didn't it? Maple, what'd you find? Your toy? You been a good girl? Can I come see you? Hi. Oh, big girl. People are on the floor. No, gosh.
Oh, there she is. You're going like it all fine again.
Thanks. And this thing is adjustable and it's expandable. You can see that here it's got about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches. It's not expanded out. So I might eventually get another one of these for another area. But I mean, it looks pretty.
And it does it more.
That's really cool. I mean, I'm never going to use it that way. I'm just going to be like, oh, here's my lotion. Oh, here's my deodorant.
I can guarantee you at some point, Connor and Ella are just going to come in there.
More than likely. Now, why that one cabinet can't be on the same FedEx or UPS truck as the other packages completely befuddles me every time. Anytime I do a large order, if anything is coming in the same day, it's almost always 2 different trucks. in our tiny little town. I don't get it. Why? It makes no sense. Came out on the front porch with Maple to find all the kitties gathered up. Got 2 hiding over here. His mom is guiding the other ones to safety. She's like, come on, follow me, babies. Well, she's not going to get him. You know she's not going to get him. I'm sure as a mama cat to 5 wild little kittens, it's a lot of work, Nugget, I'm sure. I know. Come on, Maple. Go somewhere else. You're stressing her out. So, it's the end of my work day. It's a little too early to make supper. And my husband has to work a little bit later anyways. I have not felt like doing my work stuff lately. These two, like sisters, I tell ya. Anyway, I'm gonna do some things in the garden, because why not? Because things like this are really quick, and they also just make my heart happy, because it's small little moments of getting things done. Because we pulled out those tomatoes in that one raised bed, the ones that were just in there temporarily in the kitchen garden, and moved them to the big in-ground garden. Cat's trying to make a run from safety over here in the shrub to safety in the carport mess. They love that. They just love that. It's like a jungle gym for cats. Anyway, so what I'm going to throw in those spots where those tomatoes were taken out are summer crisp lettuce and spinach, which is good old standard Bloomsdale long-standing. And so I'm not going to be like totally willy-nilly, but I'll turn the camera around in a second and show you the space I've got. It's not a ton of space, but it'd be a good amount of space for greens. And I'll go ahead and pull weeds in this area before I get started. But one thing I wanted to mention is I came up with a potential solution for these 4 to 5 tomatoes left over. Is I'm going to do an arch from here to here. And then I will plant 2 or probably 3 on this side, 2 on this side, because there's a cucumber right there, so I could toss him up on the vine too. And this gives me, that'd be plenty of space to grow tomatoes up. It wouldn't be like a big, beautiful, bushy, you know, archway because they're tomatoes. But I can grow tomatoes that way. And I don't want to waste those. So that's what we'll do. Maple, leave it. Look at her over there. Sniffing Cornelius. Poor guy. All his hair standing up. He's scared. Maple. You see, all she ever does is sniff. Sniff, and if they let her sniff, she licks. No. Maple. You cannot play with him. You're too big. Anyway. So, that's what we do. Minnie was just laying on the bricks and just like stretched and rolled off. And rolled over. It was funny. Anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, for this area, to show you, this is where I've got this little patch here, and this little patch here, and then I've got some weeds in here, so I'm just going to pull those and get these sown in. These are Johnny's, these are Burgess, all good to go. So I also have these glides I haven't put in anywhere yet, and these, and I'm surprised they've even stayed alive for so long. These are orange double chamomile begonia. And this is a big old bag of mixed cannas. 12 bulbs. Wow. I'll have to do that somewhere else. But anyways, okay, so I thought I'd put them here. This is where the astilbe is. This is along the bed just over here by my office window and my black hollyhocks. And this is just an area where I had an annual in here last year, so I thought I would just kind of dig me some trenches. I'll get these 3 begonias and 16 glads in, and just, you know, hope they come up. If they do well, awesome. If not, well, at least I tried. You know, that's kind of how I feel about it. Some of them are squishy. Most of them seem totally fine. Okay, so I just used my weeding sickle, which, hey, I forgot my husband sharpened that for me. Anyway, to pull like a small trench, and I'm going to put all 16 of these here in the back. They do a lot better when they're tightly planted together. They support each other as they come up, but you definitely want to make sure that they're flat like this, because I've planted them to the side like by accident or thinking it really didn't matter, and it really matters. They'll come up and grow like that way across the ground. It's quite weird. Anyway, so it matters. And look at some of these trying to sprout. So see, I can even give them a little more space than that. Not even trying to be too particular about it. These are tall, skinny, look like that. That's gladiolas. And these begonias right here, that's what I used to have here. That's why I was thinking I had another perennial here. I did have a begonia here, but I guess it did not overwinter very well. One thing I'm going to mention too is in a few days, I'm going to be getting several bags of soil, because I always need them because I do a lot of containers for fun. And I'm also going to be planting something in the blocks of my these beds here. So like the two, look, there's Minnie. Hi, Minnie. So the two up here, I'm going to put some soil in some of them. Definitely going to be doing sweet potato vine, and I might be doing something else, kind of to be determined. I've not done it in the past because I didn't want it to be like real huge. Wow, look at those ants. Ew, are those eggs? Let me just cover you back up. Shoot, I don't need to be disturbing your colony. Whew, no thanks. Anyway, I'm just gonna expand this bed a little bit because I'm kind of pretty much always expanding them. But I just interrupted myself like 3 times. But I'm gonna do the, how many do I have? 3 tubers. I'm gonna do those here. I don't know how big those tubers are. I guess I need to look. So planting up there in the blocks, I've got some sweet potato vines left, a couple, so I'm thinking 1 in front of each, and then I gotta find some sort of flower that will kind of go over but won't be like way super intrusive. These are looking pretty gnarly, but they're trying to live. Okay, so that's how big my hole needs to be. Anyway, so I hadn't planted things there in the past because we mow that area. It's grass. I didn't want it to be like this giant, massive beautifulness, you know, of plants hanging over. So I just never have. However, we're going to mulch this area this year. And I'm actually going to start that project this week. I'm getting the landscape fabric. And we're going to cover the whole kitchen garden in landscape fabric and mulch. And it's going to look crazy for a while because it's probably just going to be landscape fabric. So I'll have the time to just get it all done. But I've wanted to do it for a while. And there's many benefits. My husband doesn't have to mow and weed eat in here around plants. It'll help with weeding. I can expand all these landscape beds. Just so super easy. and then we want to do some outdoor furniture and create a lounge area. See this guy, he's growing like this, wants to flop down. I want to help him stand up. Only got one hand. Maple, leave that cat alone. Come here. Maple, come. So anyways, just create like a whole outdoor living room basically in my kitchen garden. It'll be fantabulous. Hope these come up. Begonias are beautiful. And perennials, in case I didn't already say that. Alright, so I've covered all these up. And these are all the leaves that I moved to do this. I'm just going to bring them back over. Hope I remember I planted there. And I'll get to weeding that stuff one day soon when I have like a weeding day. Man, I really don't know where to put these cannas. I've either got areas that have landscape fabric or need a ton of weeding, or I have containers I could put them in but no soil because I'm just plumb out. I think I'm gonna wait on these because I literally don't know where to put them. And I've got those other 4 or 5 over on the other side of the house that keep coming up that my husband keeps mowing down. So I should really find somewhere to put them where they can all be together. They'll be beautiful. My mom always had them up against her house, and they created this really beautiful wall of flowering plants, and it was very lovely. Had them for years. That's actually where the ones in the side yard came from. I dug them up from my mom's house. So they're my mom's and my grandma's cannas. Anyway, I think I'm just going to water the kitchen garden while Maple's outside. Kind of get that done because I've switched to evening watering. And pretty much the only thing that needs it every single day are all my containers. And it's warm enough in Arkansas that I can't skip a day with the containers. The raised beds and stuff I probably could, but I just figure if I just give them a little bit of water every day. Yeah, it's spoiling my plants. They're not putting their roots down as much as they would otherwise because I'm watering them every day. But it also makes them really, really happy, healthy plants. And I'd rather have happy, flourishing plants. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if my husband and I will work on much this evening. I'm really tired, you guys. I'm so petered out from just everything that we've been doing. And I know that this evening he is going to till the spot for the pumpkin and watermelon patch. So I guess I will film that if I'm out there with him, which I would like to be, because we talked about where to just today during the day. We figured out where we want to put it. And it's over by my old cottage garden in the old big in-ground garden. It was 7,000 square feet last time I grew in it. I've not grown in it in 2 years. However, we put a lot of time and money into amending that space, fertilizing everything. In case you didn't know, chemical inputs like nitrogen, potash, phosphate, a lot of them actually stay in the soil until they're absorbed by plants. So they just continue to live in the soil. They don't just disappear. Some things will disappear, just slowly disintegrate in the soil, whether they're used up or not. But most that we input into that big garden do not. They just live there until they're used. So because of that, we don't feel like we'll have to amend much over there. But a big key factor was watermelons need a lot of water. Obviously, they're watermelons. And I already have enough to water just with what I'm doing right here in my landscape beds. And my husband will hand water the in-ground bed over here because that's kind of his routine. He always loved doing that, and it's half the size it used to be, so he'll continue doing that. I'm also trying to limp along the 3 trees we transplanted from the other property. They're really, really struggling, so I'm watering them every 2 days. I have to carry gallons of water to them because we don't have a hose that reaches over there. So I don't need another space to be worried about watering daily come mid-July when it's hot outside and everything is struggling. So I know that the irrigation system we have all the way over there by the old cottage garden and the old big garden, I know there's enough pressure in that system to operate a T-post sprinkler and do a 20 to 30 foot radius just fine. So we can stick that out there on an automatic timer to water it every night, probably like 9 p.m. after everybody has already had showers and stuff. System will just automatically kick on and it'll water that. It'll be watermelons and pumpkins. There won't be nothing else out there. We're not gonna till up the whole garden, none of that. Literally just tilling up a spot, maybe 20 by 20 or something, big enough for vines, and that's it. That's our only concern. We have no desire to have anything else out there, so we'll just kind of mow a path between here and there, till that spot, get it going. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, I think, is mow a spot to it and till it, because that's my dad's tractor and we've got to return it just any day now. He's not asked for it, but we keep thinking just any day he's gonna need it because he's got a garden going too. But anyway, so that's what we're doing.